Hey, everybody. Jesus, fuck, that is a high audio waveform.
It's alright. You didn't start the timer, by the way.
Fuck
No, you started it.
you. Hey, everybody. It's me, Barry the Mulan Cood. But no, fuck you.
I'm not doing this anymore.
Oh. So, this is a podcast. Actually, I'm gonna stop this real quick. Let's do an intro real quick. This is a podcast that literally decided to do tonight. It's called The Fruit Stand. Real creative, I know.
I came up with it.
He did. But so we have a format, right?
Do we?
For the first 30 minutes, we talk about a game. For the second 30 minutes, we talk about a movie, and for the last 30 minutes, we talk about a band
Or two bands.
or something like that.
Because
Yeah.
this is about the only band that we both listen to.
So, yeah, the first 30 minutes we'll be talking about Borderlands, the pre-sequel. The second 30 minutes we'll be talking about Logan, which we just saw tonight. And the last 30 minutes we're going to be talking about Ribig Fish.
Wow. That's one Angry Bird.
No one gets that.
Good.
You're not going to... Fuck you. Okay, so in 3, 2, 1, we're now talking about the pre-sequel.
I wasn't ready. Alright, go.
It's already going.
Oh, yeah, pre-sequel.
Okay, so the pre-sequel. It's in the Borderlands universe.
Trilogy.
Yeah.
Soon to be quadruple E.
I don't think that's what it's called. I don't think
I don't think you know video game terminology, my friend.
I don't think that's not video game terminology.
It is the third installment in this soon-to-be quantology.
Fuck you. Okay, so
But it's also technically the second one. I don't
No,
like
it's
Borderlands that much.
no, it's not.
Isn't it? It's technically the
It
second
comes
one.
chronologically before the second.
I don't
game.
like Chrono Trigger.
That's not how you say it. It's Chrono Trigger.
Well,
Okay,
it's
let's get on.
It's technically the second installment.
No,
because
it's not the second installment.
Story-wise, it's the second installment.
Story-wise,
That's-
story-wise, it's the second to come up.
This is a minute in, and we're already arguing.
All right, so the pre-sequel, worst game of the Borderlands universe, in my opinion. I mean, okay, it wasn't a terrible game, but it also wasn't great. It got hyped up way too much. Fuck you, 2K Australia.
Well, it got hyped up just because people love Borderlands so much, which is part of the reason I didn't realize it was such a bad game, because I'm not someone to really play play Borderlands in general, let alone the pre-sequel.
I play Borderlands a lot.
I bought He
too
played
much.
He
Hold
forces
on, let
me
me
to play
go.
the second one.
Let
with
me
him.
go on Steam. Real
He forces
quick.
me to play the second one with him.
And how long
First
have I
time
been
I came in
playing?
contact with Borderlands,
254 hours. I have
Wow.
logged into that game.
I think that's longer than I had on Stardew Valley, and that's saying something.
Hold on. I have 16 hours into Skyrim. That is bullshit, and I know it. I have played way more than that.
What do you have on Stardew Valley?
Stardew Valley? Bullshit. I have played way more than 12 hours of Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I can't believe you have more on Borderlands than I have on Stardew Valley.
I have 28 minutes on
All right, we're off
Postal 2.
topic. We're off
Okay.
topic. Yeah, I mean, I'm not someone that likes Borderlands very often, so like, I didn't realize the pre-sequel was such a bad game at first because I had never played it. The only time I'd ever played Borderlands was with you with Borderlands 2, because you forced me to play that with you
Mhm.
whenever we have nothing else to do.
But it's fun.
And I bought I gave it a try. I bought Borderlands 1, you
Mhm.
know, and on Steam, and I played it for about 2 hours and didn't enjoy it. And then I went back and played Stardew Valley because it's a fucking great game.
I haven't played Stardew Valley in forever.
I actually go back and play it
I
whenever I'm
just
not
haven't.
playing Civ,
Mhm. Yeah.
because that's the only other game I play at the
I probably
moment.
need to buy Civ.
You do need to buy. That could be the next game we talk about.
Yeah. That was weird.
I will agree with you that I did not like Borderlands pre-sequel that much. Now that I have more experience with Borderlands,
Mhm.
and I finally got to play the pre-sequel, because
Like, now that you kind of understand what Borderlands is about, it's
Oh yeah.
it's not the same thing. But the most fun that we had, I think, was when we were trying to figure out a way to open
Oh yeah, we
a
technically
fucking door,
broke
basically.
it wasn't even a door. It was like lasers protecting a safe
Yeah.
that had a shitty gun in it.
So basically what you were supposed to do is, from a previous mission,
Yes.
a reward that you got was a Nova Shield, which basically shoots out little things, I guess.
But something that's been a trend literally in every Borderlands game is as soon as you get something better, you sell the old stuff.
Yes. because more money is better.
Yes. So we of course sold them as soon as we got better shields.
So, and this has never happened in any other Borderlands game.
Exactly.
We're expected to use a previous thing you got.
Yes. It was
To-
the Nova Shield.
Yeah. So basically, what it wanted you to do was like hurt yourself somehow, and have the Nova Shield go off and destroy all the and like electrocute the things that it needed to.
4 cameras and then a wall
safe.
protecting a safe.
Yeah. So basically, what we had to do was, luckily, Noah had kept a gun that
Dropped
a TDR gun.
Dropped by who dropped it?
Deadlift.
Deadlift. Yes.
He's one of the first bosses in the game.
Yes, and I kept it because I didn't have any better guns, and I had never experienced a laser gun in Borderlands before.
So what we did was we went in there and we went, oh shit, we don't have this. So what we ended up doing, since what it does is when you throw the gun to reload it, it shocks things that are near it.
Yes.
So what we figured out we could do.
I also had a shock sniper rifle that I started off with.
So what we ended up doing was we had to throw it to get it to shock as many cameras as it could.
And then I had to shoot at one thing.
And he had to shoot at one thing. It took, I would say, 30 minutes.
I think more than that.
To just open this one thing. That should have been really easy.
Yes. So we technically had to break the game because it broke... It broke consistency with literally 2 other games.
Yeah.
And that'd be like if they made a Skyrim game where you weren't supposed to sell old gear.
Yeah.
Like if like if you got to a thing and it's like, to participate in this you can only have steel armor. Meanwhile you're in like dragon scale armor.
Like, well, fuck.
Well, like that.
But I mean, in Skyrim you could just go and make it. It wouldn't be
Right, exactly.
that
But
difficult,
Borderlands doesn't have something like
yeah,
that.
You
we
can't-
had no way to get a Nova one.
Not unless we...
It had already been so long that since we had sold them, we couldn't go back and buy them back.
Yeah.
And there was no way to do that. There was no way to do that mission over again.
No, we couldn't.
Because it was so far back in the beginning of the game.
Well, because I had already saved and quit.
Exactly.
Before
And
that.
well, yeah, because we went to see Logan.
We'll
We'll get to that later.
But it was...
It was just bad game design.
Yeah. Even though we had a lot of fun with it, just trying to figure out how in the hell...
Yes.
shocking
Finding a
enough
game
things.
within a game. But to be honest, if you
Yeah.
resort your players to doing that, you clearly haven't made a good game.
So, unlike Stardew Valley, where there's a fun game in it, but you can also just sit around and play random arcade games that are within the game.
Yeah, but that's not a necessary thing.
Yeah, it's not. You don't have to do it to have fun.
Like, it's not where you could literally screw over your players to the point to where they can't progress anymore.
But
Like in the prequel.
well, we could progress. It was just a side mission.
Right, yeah, but I
But
mean, like,
still,
one of those completionists out
yeah.
there.
If you're a completionist, you have to pretty much have
you
a
would
guide.
had to have started the game over.
Yeah. If you didn't have a friend with you,
Yeah.
and even with a friend
And
with
sold all of your electric weapons.
yeah, you'd be fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Also, I feel like the story was a little weaker in this.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because, like...
that was because
No, like...
Anthony Birch didn't write it, which was the creator.
And
Well,
honestly,
not the
I will
creator,
say,
but-
I'm not the biggest fan of Borderlands. I don't like many first-person shooters. I will say this: the main thing that I like about Borderlands 2 was it had a really good story. I think, and I haven't even finished it.
It has a really good. It just has really good writing.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
Now, I will give the pre-sequel one thing: I've never seen a game like this that had so much character banter. There was so much talking between characters.
Yeah, there was a lot more talking between characters, which I did like.
Yeah, it's like
in the pre-sequel,
because
that's the only.
There
good
aren't
thing.
many games that do that, unless it's like a Sonic game.
Yeah. Oh God, fuck Sonic.
And we'll talk. Yeah, exactly. You know,
Oh
like
my
those
God.
characters talk all the time.
But it gets annoying after a while.
Yeah.
There's a good way to do it, and there's a bad way to do it.
And to be honest, I think the pre-sequel did it the good way.
Mm-hmm.
Because like they get great voice actors. Whoever voiced Handsome Jacket, like he, very much like Patton Oswalt.
I know his name is Damien. Yeah, his delivery, his speech patterns are very similar to Patton Oswalt.
Yes. Also, I'm pretty sure that the lady that voices the cowboy girl, Nisha. I remembered her name after I said it, and I probably pissed off a bunch of people.
The cowboy girl.
Cowboy girl.
Wait, the cowgirl?
Cowgirl.
Wouldn't
No,
speak-
cowboy girl. Stop.
What are you, fucking
Yes.
misogyny?
What are you a
misogyny?
What are you? Are you a massage? Yes. Her voice reminds me of May from Yu-Gi-Oh so much.
Now, since I didn't watch Yu-Gi-Oh, I have no idea who that is. Yeah, can we just look up May?
Here, you do it so I don't have to get.
Is
so
it like
close to the microphone.
M-A-Y?
M-E-I.
Okay.
May voice actor.
Oh wait, May.
Yu-Gi-Oh voice actor. There we go. The search is. Just type in Yu-Gi-Oh. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
Voice actor.
Actor.
It doesn't take that long. It really does.
Oh, that is.
I guess I did spell it wrong. It is Mai.
M-A-I. Harui Nano.
Now search.
Wait.
Now search.
You're speaking about the English actor though.
Oh yeah.
Voice actor.
Just put English on the beginning.
Shit. Fuck.
Ethan.
English.
The Japanese version was voiced by 4 different voice actors.
Fuck.
Click it.
She was first voiced by Megan
Hollingshed.
Hollingshed.
Well, don't search her. Search
Oh wait.
Nisha. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, here we go.
And then.
No, just click it. We'll see what she's done.
Okay, so wow, she's done Naruto Shippuden, Pokemon.
Just click on the link. Click on
what link?
the Wikipedia
IMDb.
one.
Let's just do IMDb.
All right, fine.
Wow, we're really off topic.
Well, we're still on the topic of
Kinda.
maybe, unless I'm wrong about this. In which
So
case.
what else? You seem to really like Mr. Torg,
Who?
the guy about the explosions.
Oh yes,
and stuff.
because he's such a nice
Oh, he's in
guy.
the Last of Us. She's in the Last of Us.
Go down. Look for something. So she has been in video games, so there's a good chance this might be actually her. Naruto, Guild Wars 2, Syndicate, Bleach, Final Fantasy, Saints Row.
Oh, Saints Row the Third. Man,
Go down.
she actually might.
Final
Final Fantasy 13. Wow.
Oh my fucking god, Ethan, scroll.
I'm sorry, but
Don't focus on the other ones. Look for, what are we looking for again? Borderlands?
Yeah, Borderlands.
Wouldn't that have been B? Oh, this doesn't go in order, actually. This goes by date.
When did this come out?
Like, not
Oh,
2006.
this is going down. Oh, that's going down. It would be
Oh.
at the top.
Oh, well, then she probably didn't. Her most recent thing was in,
Oh, I think it came out in
2015.
2014.
Alright, so it's not her. We know that.
Hold on. Let me look at the copyrights for this. Oh, fuck.
No, we don't need to do this anymore. Just
Yeah, no,
It-
she didn't.
she didn't probably.
Okay,
But it just
whatever.
It is very similar. Just a
Alright.
couple things that remind me of it. Yeah. All right. So
That was a really long tangent.
what are we talking about?
You seem to really like Torg.
Well, yeah, because like I don't know. The thing that got me with him was the whole. Oh, what was it? Oh yeah, he made some comment about friend zone, and
Oh,
then,
yeah.
and then he was like, "I'm just kidding." Friend zoning, I think, is a very misogynistic way to look at relationships.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my god!" So he's just a nice guy. He just can't stop
like
screaming.
one of the things is like his mom.
Yeah.
He really loved his mom.
Well.
So he respects women a lot.
Yeah.
That is his whole thing.
That's
He respects women a lot, but he's also like a dude bro.
dude, bruh.
Like
Dude.
every once in a while he'll
He's
he'll
a
just,
dude bro.
He'll just go like do do like guitar like air
Yeah.
guitar solos
Yeah.
for no reason.
Right.
Like he's your
Because that's
typical
a dude bro thing.
He's your typical
But, alright,
like drunk dude bro type dude.
We're on a tangent again. But what I mean is like
No, it's
what I was.
not.
It kind of is.
Okay.
So what I was saying was pretty much just they have good voice actors.
Mhm.
They do a great job with the voice actors. Great job.
Don't touch my pee-pee.
It's fucking pee-pee. All right. So anyway, yeah, good voice actors.
yeah.
I thought there are certain things that this game did right. Very few things.
Very few things.
Very few things.
I did like the addition of laser weapons.
Yes. Weren't you complaining about them though?
I used to hate them.
Right.
But they're not. I've told.
However, I think there might be a little inconsistency in the story with that.
Yeah, there is. People have pointed that out. It's like
Because like there aren't in Borderlands 2.
Well, maybe the laser physics don't work when you're in gravity.
On Pandora.
Yeah, like when you're on regular gravity.
Right.
What if that is true?
I doubt it.
Might be true though. They could use that loophole.
Right.
In the
but
story.
I don't think they're going to.
They could.
I think they're gonna be.
Or
like,
they could literally just address in the story.
No,
that
I
it's
think
like,
they're gonna
"That's
be.
fucking dumb."
I think they're gonna be like with Alien Isolation and just ignore the question.
Damn it, what?
Alien Isolation. You know that game?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's about Ripley's daughter trying to find Ripley.
Mm-hmm.
They asked her. People have asked the creators, "Is it canon with the Alien movies?" Because it should be, really, in my opinion. They choose not to answer it because they know if they answer it, they're gonna piss off one side of the fandom. So they just don't answer it. They will not answer whether or not.
I don't think that is the main reason. To be honest,
I
think it has to do with the story writers. Because they probably knew that there was going to be another Alien movie after that game came out.
Right, and
So
there
they were
is.
like-
It's coming out soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually really excited
they were
for it
probably
because I love
thinking-
Alien.
Yeah, I've never seen a single movie.
You really should. The first one I really like.
Mhm.
The second one people hate, but it's just because there's a switch of tone.
Okay.
Like the first one was kind of like this creepy
Mhm.
kind of monster movie. Like he's gonna sneak up on you and get you.
But the second one.
The
is
second
more-
one is literally, we know they exist. We're going in there guns ablaze and we're gonna fight these aliens.
Oh, so you mean it's kind of like Resident Evil,
Kind of.
where it went from the first game being really creepy because they didn't know what was happening,
Right. Yeah.
to what should make sense in the story, what people don't seem to understand, that people get mad about.
Yeah.
It's like it becomes more action.
Well, people.
But that makes sense in the story.
It does
'cause
make-
now they know what it is.
It does make sense, but at the same time, people don't like a switch of tone.
Yeah.
Because
I
like that
guess
was
so.
one of the things that they loved about it, and then
Mhm.
it's just thrown away. But I think they had good reason to.
I don't know. I really like stealth games, which
Right.
you kind of can contribute to being like a Resident Evil type thing.
I love stealth games too.
Like stealth games, like
I only play Payday to do stealth missions,
same.
but Daniel hates us for that
Mm-hmm.
because he doesn't
Like-
like stealth missions.
Well, no, he's fine with stealth missions, but like he also wants to be able to just go like guns blazing if we don't do it stealth right. If we don't do it stealth right, he's like,
Yeah, all right.
okay, then let's just finish.
We're not
this
talking about the pre-sequel.
lad. But pre-sequel. What else can we say about the pre-sequel?
Well, another thing I didn't like about it was the story that it had.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like was because like it's always been told by a narrator's perspective.
Yeah.
What perspective was it in Borderlands 2? I don't remember.
Borderlands 2 is the same guy who told the first story.
Right, exactly. I think that's where they messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it was always like there's just this one being we don't know about.
Well, no, it's Marcus.
Marcus, the
You
dude
know
who owns the machines, the vending
Gun
machines.
stores. The ammo stores.
Yeah, the vending machines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The green ones. that
Well,
get-
exactly. So it's this guy that we've never actually seen.
Well, yeah, we do.
We do.
In Borderlands 2, yes.
Well, exactly. I haven't finished Borderlands 2.
It's not anywhere close. It's like the beginning.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Because I've never seen it.
It's like really close to the beginning.
All right, whatever.
When you first get to Sanctuary.
All right. Well, it's this dude that's not a big plot point,
Yes, there you go.
and he doesn't have this big purpose.
Mm-hmm.
His face is just plastered everywhere. So like you can kind of get how he would see it,
Mm-hmm.
and he would know what would happen. And he's telling the story because it would make sense because he was the one who didn't have any risk to it.
Mm-hmm.
But then with this one, that character isn't really mentioned,
Not as much.
and it's not told from his. It's told from some other girl's
But
perspective.
basically, what's happened is it get told from one of the playable characters' perspectives, which is the person you were playing. Actually, you were
Exactly.
you were playing the narrator of this.
And that's what I don't like about it, is that like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
I think the narrator should be removed from the main story
Or
as
at
much
least-
as possible in a video game, at least, because
yeah,
in a book it doesn't necessarily work that way.
right, yeah.
Because
I just found it kind of weird that they
So.
switched that, because that was kind of another thing.
like it also doesn't make sense the fact that
That kind of does bring ahead a shift of tone.
well yeah not only that but like think about the fact that like Marcus is the person who's telling the story, right?
Yeah.
Then he tells a story about someone else telling a story.
Yeah.
The Borderlands 2 is completely told by Marcus.
Exactly.
In fact, many people believe it's all a fabrication. Like it's all just storytelling.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
Like it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Vault Hunters and everything are
Yep,
made up.
like yeah, he could be like from this time period, like right now, but
Oh.
just making it up.
Yeah, and then
It
like
could be possible
with the girl,
but-
what's her name again? I played her, but I don't remember. Athena.
Athena, yeah.
Athena. It's told from her perspective, which is kind of weird. Because then it's like, why doesn't he know about it? Why doesn't Marcus know about it?
Oh no, that's the thing. Marcus knows about it because he's telling the story, but he's telling it
Oh, yeah.
like Athena is telling it.
Oh, so right, because like the first, so like technically him starting on the first game and then going to the
Mhm.
second game is still him just talking, right?
Yeah, It
All
would
right.
be like him sitting by a campfire, and
All right, cool. Like there's a lot I don't know about these games.
And
I
then
don't like.
and then like he goes like, then someone who was there listening to the story would go, "Hey, what about the middle? What about that middle part that you just kind of skipped for some reason?"
Yeah.
He'd go, "Oh yeah," and then he would have someone get captured in the story that he was currently telling, and then have that person who got captured.
To explain the second.
Yes.
To explain
To-
how he
to-
got to the thing he already just explained.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, all right.
It doesn't make any sense at
Yeah,
all.
and there was that's the thing. That's the issue with having 3 different consecutive games, all written by different people.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Well,
no
I mean-
consistency.
There is a lot of consistency
Well, you know what I mean.
in
Like,
Borderlands.
you're always gonna have a shift in heart. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
There's different levels of caring with every writer.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, what was the name of the guy who wrote the second one?
Anthony Birch.
I think Anthony Birch.
Anthony Birch, yes.
I think he cared the most.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
First guy, it was kind of easier for him, so he probably didn't care as much because it's like, I get to set up this whole world. I
Mhm.
get to make the rules. Nothing's really gonna be hard for me because and I'm someone that comes up with ideas for worlds all the time. I understand that creating a world is hard. I've
Mhm.
done it. It's very hard and complicated, and sticking to your rules is very hard.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think it would be way harder to take someone's thing that they've
Someone else's work.
someone else's work with these rules and everything, and coming up with a story around that. So
Mhm.
personally, I think he had the hardest time. And then these guys, wasn't this one written by multiple people?
This one was written, I believe, by a whole team, but Anthony Birch was there to advise and make sure that make sure there were no plot holes or anything.
Which kind of missed out on the laser weapons, but
Yeah, but they were basically that was a gameplay standpoint. That wasn't necessarily a story.
right, yeah.
thing.
But I just feel like that too many clashing ideas
Mhm.
kind of caused the story to be not as fun.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because like eventually you're just gonna have to settle on with what everyone
Now,
agrees with.
What I believe is that the reason they had the pre-sequel not written by Anthony Birch completely
Yeah.
was because he was already writing for Borderlands 3. I
Which
truly
would
believe
which
that.
would make sense because obviously you're gonna want to do that several years beforehand.
Mhm. Especially with what they're planning to do, I believe, and most people believe, is that they're planning to go to different planets in
Right.
the same game. Hopefully that's true. If not, I think it'll be good as well.
Right. And with
But-
the people that are really serious about how the world works and all the rules
Mm-hmm.
focused on something else, I think that gave the writers for the pre-sequel more ground to just kind of do whatever they wanted,
Mm-hmm.
which might be why the story kind of sucks.
Yeah, that definitely might be it.
But I think in the end, the pre-sequel was just something to keep you occupied until 3
Mhm.
came out.
I think
like,
it was,
I don't think
too.
I don't think the guys
Because it didn't change the story. At all.
exact. I don't think the guys who made it decided this is gonna. I don't think they expected this to be a big blockbuster thing. They were like,
No.
this is gonna be like this is gonna be everyone's favorite game. This is like, this is to keep them off our backs
Mhm.
while we work on a third game.
Yeah, which I think.
Which is probably why they made it a team. Probably people that aren't as like,
This is why they sent it to a different country.
yeah, they're like, they're not as much. They're not as big experts when it comes to writing.
Mhm.
They're not as experienced.
Maybe not. I don't
So
know.
they're like, put this in between something that already has a steady,
Mhm.
like that's, already got a
Yeah.
steady standpoint. You can't really screw it up, because like you're in the middle of something that has a beginning and end.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like just put something in the middle that we haven't talked about yet. I think that's
It would be kind of like making like the Star Wars prequels, then making 7, 8, and 9,
yeah,
and then
and then putting the Clone Wars in the middle.
no,
Well, because that's
like
how it
putting
works.
1, 2, and 3,
Yeah.
4, 7, 8, and 9.
Oh
Computer.
boy,
Then putting 7, 8, and 9 in there.
that didn't screw anything up, did it?
No, I do not believe it did. No.
All right, we're good. All right.
Then having 7, 8, and 9 happen, and then putting 4, 5, and 6 in there.
Yeah, kind of.
Then
Except
yeah.
people wouldn't hate it as much.
Mm-hmm.
Because even then, I don't think people hate the pre-sequel as much as they do the Star Wars prequels.
Nah.
Because
Because Pre-Sequel wasn't a bad game, like, game design-wise, really.
even though we just complained about game design with the whole level thing,
Yeah.
and we haven't even gotten through the whole game, so there's probably more of that.
No, the one thing I did like was that instead of being level 5 to get your first skill point,
Yeah.
you were level 3. I
Right.
did
Yeah.
like that. because that gave you a little more.
Because then you
that
don't
gave
have,
you 2 whole more points to spend.
because then it's not like with the whole thing in Borderlands 2 where it's like you could use that fire trash can at the beginning to like level up faster.
Oh yeah.
Because you can
Mhm.
revive people and get XP, which we did, so that we were
We
at
did
like
a lot.
level 5.
We were
whenever
we were at level 3 because that would take.
yeah. But then by the
fucking
time we
forever.
got to the main town, we were level 5.
By the time we got to the first town, I believe we were level 5.
Exactly.
After we had killed Knuckle Dragger, which is the first boss in Borderlands 2, I believe.
Exactly.
We were around level 5 or at level 5.
I think they realized people did that enough that they decided we'll just.
We'll just make it lower, you know.
Yeah, obviously it's got good ideas.
Mm-hmm.
It had good concepts in it.
Yeah, it had good gameplay concepts in it. Like the Oz Kits and being able to butt smash.
Oh god,
butt
honestly, I joked about him while we were playing, but I think the Oz kids are brilliant.
Now, if there's a way to integrate, I don't think there would be a way to integrate it if you were doing multiple
Planets.
planets.
Well, yeah, because they're gonna have different atmospheres.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, like, what I'm saying is, like, if you were going to go to one planet
Yeah.
where you didn't need an Oz Kit, what would you do with that Oz Kit when you were on a different planet?
What I would do is make it where the Oz kits do different things depending on what your planet you're on. Like, say whenever you're on a planet that doesn't have a very good atmosphere, use it for
Breathing.
breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Say you're on a planet like Pandora, where you're perfectly fine. What if it's just something that, say, on that planet you would level up its skills to make your shields reload faster? Or
so it'd be more. So it basically, like, if you were on, like,
or what if there was
if you were on Elpis, which is the moon of Pandora,
yeah,
you would use it as a breathing and
yes, and then if you went to
butt
like
bouncing. But if you were going to Pandora, that time in between you could use it for like. You could rewire it to become like a
or
a
say
shield.
or there was another
thing,
there's
you know.
another planet with like a stronger atmosphere, so like it slowed you down when you walked or ran,
So it could
and it could like
help you go faster.
it made you go faster.
Mhm.
And then that would still give an emotional drive towards people to want to get better Oz kits no matter what planet they were on.
Yeah.
In fact, what if they made it to where you could have 3 separate Oz kits? So like you could have you could have one that's stronger for a certain planet, and then another one. Just like
Well, that would be just like getting like the best Oz kits for each planet.
exactly.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Yeah, it's just like that way because like I really like the Oz kits personally. I think the Borderlands 2 should have had something like it.
I think people nitpicked about having to breathe a little too much because there wasn't a shortage of places to get air.
No, they put them everywhere.
Mhm.
Whether it was just the little holes in the ground.
You couldn't escape it basically.
Yeah, no, like if you ran out of air, which is something I never did,
Mhm.
and I'm someone that's really bad at Borderlands.
Mhm.
I think you can agree.
I think you'd have to be a retard.
Yeah, you drop the R word. No, but like you would have to. You'd have to be really bad
Oh yeah.
to like run out of air.
Mhm.
So like I don't think it's anything to complain about personally.
No, I don't think so either. Wow, we have not talked for very long. It feels like.
Yeah, no, but we're almost 30 minutes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's great.
A little bit more because of the intro, but whatever.
Since our timer started, easy.
Yeah. Fine.
But yeah, I think they need to bring back the Oz kits, but do something to make you care about them
Yeah.
more.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think if they had done that in this game, people wouldn't have complained about them as much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think they could tell that people were gonna complain about
The oxygen
a lot of
stuff.
stuff. I think the laser guns. They
You know what? I
expected
think
too.
they would have been better because, basically, in Borderlands 1, there's fall damage, right?
Yeah.
In Borderlands 2,
There's no fall damage.
there's no fall damage. You know how they explained it?
How?
They just went, "cuz."
Right. Yeah.
They like, the writer just went, "because." It's a comedy game, so the way you can just dismiss things
Yeah. Exactly.
is just by going, "cuz there's not any fall damage anymore."
And personally, I think that's kind of bad.
I don't
honestly.
think it is. I think if there's a bad gameplay
Right.
mechanic, and you have the ability to just say, "because," you should do that.
I mean, I guess, but at the same
No, I don't think you should do that for
I think
a
if
lot
the-
of game mechanics.
I think if there's a science behind something that people care about so much,
but
you should
no one liked the fall damage.
exactly. But I still think they should have put the effort into coming up with some reason,
I don't agree with that necessarily.
or at
I
least
don't think it would have mattered.
they could have given you like special boots or something at the beginning.
Eh.
I don't know, something.
I mean, I like the way Portal did it to where you had leg braces.
Exactly.
But that was that was in the
first game, yes.
So
Portal's Portal with me is entirely different.
Mhm.
That's gonna take a 30 minutes by itself. We can't talk because like that's my Portal 2 is my favorite game of all time. That's a whole
I can't do puzzle games.
that's a whole 30 minutes of my life that I probably already talked about before in my own head.
Probably.
But yeah, pre-sequel I don't think as bad as people think. It's like I like to describe it as the Star Wars sequels.
Mhm.
People play it out to be worse than it is because they expected it to be as good as the last.
Yeah.
Which just wasn't going to happen, and you shouldn't have expected it to happen. But it's not. Take it as it is, which is a pre-sequel.
One thing that I want to say before this finishes up, that every single boss
Yeah.
in Borderlands 2
Right.
had a legendary item that you could farm for.
Yeah.
In the pre-sequel, at the beginning, a lot of the bosses were not farmable in general. You
Right,
couldn't
yeah.
farm them for some reason. And
Maybe they wanted to make it hard to get legendary items.
I don't. It's just dumb. Well, some of the legend but you'd have to like. Not like you have to like turn your Xbox off or something like that, but without saving, and then go back into it.
Yeah.
What they did was they get like some of the bosses had legendaries that they dropped, right?
Yeah.
Not all of them. Which I think was a great thing about Borderlands 2. You could just get one from anyone.
Right. Yeah.
That was the main thing that people had a grievance about. There should have
Well,
just been.
what if in the pre-sequel they're trying to say that? What if they're trying to show it to show their certain boss's significance?
I don't think they messed up.
Because, like,
on it.
honestly, what was the name of the dude with lightning that I took out the gun from?
The deadlift.
For Deadlift?
What do you mean the gun from?
That guy. His name's
Deadlift.
Deadlift.
Mhm.
I don't think he was that important. And clearly the story didn't think he was either.
No, but like.
So, like, he obviously, like, doesn't deserve a legendary. So, like, if it's someone more important, he might give you a legendary.
But one of the best assault rifles in Borderlands 2
Yeah?
comes from Midgemon, which has a small story, which has like a small side quest mission.
But a story nonetheless.
Yeah, he has like no, it's not even that. It's like, hey, there's this midget riding a bullymon. Want to kill him? Yeah, you go and kill him. You get a reward for it.
All right,
He drops one of the best guns in the game.
Alright, fair enough.
Whatever.
It's very complicated. There's a lot to it.
Mm-hmm. But I dropped my list. All right, so for the next 30 minutes.
I think you could call it the fruit stand shopping
I
list.
fucking hate you. really hate
You know what that is, right? That's a gimmick. That's what draws people
I
in.
fucking hate you.
All right, so
Okay,
we're 1 minute
Logan.
over.
Logan.
Logan. One of my most one of the most movies I was most anticipated for when this
One
year
of the
came
most
around.
movies you were most anticipating?
One of the main movies I was anticipating this year.
So far, at least that's been
Yeah.
announced.
Well, because
I don't know.
they've announced a lot of movies this year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, to be fair,
Deadpool
all
2
right,
is mine
quick thing.
at this
This is
point.
gonna have spoilers for
Oh, yeah.
Logan.
Spoilers. Hell yeah.
Big ones.
X. Cross becomes an X.
Cross becomes an X. Biggest.
Skip to about, I would say like
an hour.
an hour into it, and then we'll be done. But I'll put up an
Spoiler
annotation.
alert! It's just a John Wayne movie, but with X-Men.
It's fucking not. Nowhere fucking close.
It kind of is.
Okay, so basically, let's go on a rundown of all the people who died.
All right, so
Who's the first like main character? to
real
die?
quick, one more thing. Spoilers,
Yeah.
because people will complain.
Okay, let's do
All right.
the first one. Who died first?
Oh, who did die first?
What was the really white pale guy?
I know who.
Oh no, Xavier died first.
No, person that died first. Mexican man number 3 in the first scene.
Good point.
Remember the one that he stabbed with like a.
Basically, the one thing I didn't like about Logan was the fact that like it became rated R because like it was now acceptable by Deadpool. So they just threw a lot of fucks in there, and then at one point this girl goes, "Hey driver," and then pulls her top down.
Right.
Like it was like a bridesmaid party thing.
It was
like,
no reason.
That was
though.
dumb.
I agree with
that
you.
was fucking dumb.
It was dumb. There
It
was
was just to show you
there's
that
the-
it was rated R.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Yeah, it's like I haven't seen Deadpool. I'm not going to see it yet. I made a promise to someone that I'd watch it with them, so I'm waiting.
But it makes sense why Deadpool is rated R.
Right.
Right?
And here's the
it
thing.
kind of makes sense
Here's
why
the-
Logan is rated R,
the-
but they didn't have to throw it in your face.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, honestly, rated R is where Wolverine belongs.
Mhm.
Wolverine is just that character
Yeah.
that belongs in rated R,
but
along
they
with
just
Deadpool.
threw a lot of fucks in there for no
But-
reason.
Yeah, well, exactly. It would have been different if like Logan was the only one,
Mm-hmm.
because it makes sense for him.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and he's also older, so he's
Yeah, he's more
little-
pissed off.
Mhm.
Now, all right. So we should explain the main plot of this movie. So, main plot of this movie, well, it has several kind of main stories, conflicts. I mean,
Mhm.
first one that we're introduced to, Logan is getting very old.
Yeah.
His healing factor is wearing off.
Mhm.
He's not healing from certain things. It's even to the point to where some of his claws don't come out all the way. He
Mhm.
has to like yank them out.
Yeah, he had to like yank it out so it would come out all the way.
And then like I remember that scene. They showed you him pulling it out,
Mm-hmm.
but people were arguing over what it was about. Some people thought he was cutting himself to like see if it
Oh,
would
no.
heal, to see if it would like heal.
No, he definitely was not doing
Yeah,
that.
but as soon as I saw the scene, I was like, he's pulling out his claws.
Mhm.
But
He wasn't even pulling out his claws. He was pulling out
pl-
the one that didn't come out. all
Yeah,
the way.
exactly. So it was him coming to terms with that. He even knew he was dying.
Mhm.
Because did you realize why?
No, I did not. I did not.
He said he put this poison in me. Adamantium, apparently, when it's with human flesh for so long, it poisons
okay.
you. And there was no way for him to get it. He couldn't be cured of that. That's what
Mhm.
his skeletal system is now.
Yeah. Mhm.
So like there was no. Once you get old enough and you are filled with adamantium, you die. That's what's
Mhm.
going to happen to X-23
Mhm.
whenever she gets to Logan's
Yeah.
age, which was probably like what
We
60
haven't even
something.
explained X-23.
Oh right,
even.
X-23 is a character in this.
X-23 was basically a clone of Wolverine.
They changed it up a bit.
Mhm.
In the comics, Weapon X
Mhm.
had his DNA. They cloned him. They tried to clone him 22 times, and it didn't work. The 23rd time, they cloned him into a girl, and it worked.
For some reason, it worked. Whatever.
And the thing is,
Yeah.
like, they cloned her as like a grown adult too
Mhm.
in the
Oh,
comics.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because like it was in like a machine or something,
Mhm.
or at least they raised her as a baby or
Yeah.
something. Like, I don't know, but
But this one,
this one, they sent all the DNA to Mexico
mhm.
because it's illegal in
Less-
Canada and the U.S.
It's less laws basically. It was like
Right, yeah.
lax laws, you know.
And what they would do is they take the DNA of these mutants.
Mhm.
Well, they took like the egg, the like sperm of
Yeah, somehow
these guys.
I don't know.
However, they got Logan's sperm,
they took some sort of DNA,
some sort of
sample
DNA, and put it into women.
and put it into women's eggs.
Eggs,
and
yes.
Had them give birth.
Give birth, and then the women would disappear.
hmm Basically, they would kill them off so they couldn't
Yeah.
say anything.
Yeah. So
And then they would
they
have
had all these
mutant
kid
babies.
mutants. Yes.
Mhm.
Because like this is in a world where most of the mutants are dead. People don't care about mutants anymore.
People are not having mutants anymore.
Yeah, it's just not
Basically.
happening. Which
Mhm.
kind of goes into the whole thing with Xavier thinking that the mutants were the next step in human evolution.
Mhm.
Realizing not, it was kind of just a phase, to be honest.
Yeah. Mhm.
But this is gonna fix that, to be honest with it. But and the X-23 thing is like they just named them as they went on, so like they weren't all like Wolverines.
Mhm.
X-23 just happened to be the one that used Logan's DNA,
Yeah.
and yeah, so that's X-23 in this. So it's technically his daughter rather than a clone,
Yes.
which was I was kind of disappointed by.
I
I didn't-
didn't care.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't like the whole father-daughter thing. Seemed kind of
But-
forced,
Well, you have to think about this. This is like a movie,
right?
like a blockbuster movie. So they had
Yes.
to do something to bring not only nerds into it.
Right.
So they did the whole father-daughter thing,
I mean,
so
heck,
that
'cause
other people who aren't
I
necessarily
talked with a
nerds
lot of
wouldn't-
well, exactly, because I
Yeah.
talked about a lot of people at school about this movie that aren't nerds or anything.
Mhm.
They don't keep up with it. Some of them didn't even realize it was a Wolverine movie at first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Huh.
they hadn't seen the poster or anything. They just thought it was going to be some dramatic war movie
Hmm.
or like post-apocalyptic
Pa-pa-pa.
post-apocalyptic post-apocalyptic world,
go.
and like they didn't even realize it was a Wolverine movie.
Mhm.
I mean, I did as soon as I heard it was Logan. I was like, that's gonna be a fucking Wolverine
I
movie.
didn't. When I first heard the name Logan, I didn't think of
I did.
Wolverine because I just don't.
Yeah, well, I'm
you know.
more of a nerd than you when it comes to
Mhm.
stuff like that. But yeah, I get that they had to draw him in, but like, I feel like they could have done it without it being the whole father-daughter thing. You know what I mean?
I liked it. I liked the fact that it didn't change the story too much.
It didn't, but it just kind of bothered me a little. That was a
Mm.
personal thing.
To me, it didn't.
Another thing about this movie, this continued the trend of me loving Dr. Xavier no matter what terrible X-Men movie it is.
Mhm.
Because Dr. Xavier's always just such a great character.
He's always so sarcastic.
Oh, I love him. Yeah, I will admit, Dr. Xavier using the word "fuck" was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you just don't expect really old man to say fuck.
Though I would say, whole thing with Dr. Xavier, the whole thing with him being like a senile old man, they seem to jump from him being like that to him just not for the rest of the movie.
Oh, no, they definitely had an explanation for it.
Well, it was that he hadn't taken the medicine, but then he took it again.
Yeah, he started taking it again.
Yeah.
But they didn't inject the thing into him.
Right.
He refused it, which made him into like a really senile old man.
Yeah.
Basically, what
he went from screaming about quesalupas to like the smartest man in the world.
my favorite audit thing of product placement ever.
Well,
He's still talking like he was talking about like what was it at first that when Logan came into the.
It was the quesalupa.
No, it wasn't the first thing. When he first came in, he was like basically rambling about whatever.
Yeah.
Then he started talking about.
Here's the thing. It was word for word the quesalupa ad they used several months ago. Technically last year, but several months ago. The quesalupa, and it was just really funny.
Yeah, and like the thing is like it wasn't bad product placement.
No, because like they don't sell the quesalupa at this point anymore.
Do they not?
It's a every year thing.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah.
But it's great. Like
it is.
the way he does it is
the way that Dr. Xavier just is in this movie is great. Like there's the whole thing with him taking the pills in the car, and then Wolverine says something you'd say to a kid. It's like, I want to see it, and he's like, oh. You remember? That was great. He just had such a good personality in this movie. I think, to be honest, I think they did the best job with Dr. Xavier in this movie than they ever have. I mean, it's really hard for me to say because, like, you know what my favorite X-Men movie is, right?
No.
It's X-Men First Class, which is like their origin story of the X-Men. Like Wolverine wasn't even in that.
Okay.
It was like Xavier, not Jean Grey, Mystique, and then Beast, and Magneto technically before he was a bad guy, and yeah, and like it had the young Xavier in it. And I personally I love young Xavier. He's just funny and confident and like a drunk. Well, because like alcohol doesn't affect his brain. So like he'd be in the beginning, he was like at a bar twice, and he just like chugged as much as he could, and like it just didn't affect him. Like it was great, but I think this is the first time I've ever like said I liked old Xavier over young Xavier. Like, but actually, this movie wasn't the first time Xavier said fuck.
Oh really?
You know how PG-13s in movies are allowed one non-sexual fuck. In Days of Future Past, whenever Wolverine was sent,
I did not know that.
Yeah, whenever Wolverine was sent back to go talk to Xavier and be like, yo, don't let this thing happen. We'll fucking die. It was actually a time when Dr. Xavier was still young, and he didn't want to use his powers anymore.
That's why they were I was watching Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
Right.
And me and my mom, when Michael Cera, who played Nick, he said, fuck.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, I didn't know PG-13s were... PG-13s
they are allowed one non-sexual fuck.
Basically, the scene was, he was like laying in his bed, and he like did this long drawn out like message to his like ex-girlfriend, and he goes, well, call me later, bye, and hangs up the phone and says, message deleted, and he goes, fuck.
But yeah, pretty much the whole context of that situation was he went and told him, and Xavier was in a position in his life where he's like, there's this medicine that shut off his mutant power, and it gave him use of his legs back. So he was like, I'm gonna do this instead, and then Wolverine was like, no, you need to do this, and then he just went, fuck you. Like young, like 30-year-old Xavier just looked at him dead in the eye and went, fuck you. And yeah, but it was great. Like this is the thing that made me love young Xavier. But the first time I really loved old Dr. Xavier, and like X-23 was kind of weird. She kind of pissed me off a little bit.
Oh no, I kind of my only grievance with her is like the first time she speaks in Spanish because they because
they were in
Mexico. But
then she speaks English.
Yeah, like she speaks English,
and then
she can speak English. But like one of the main things is like it's comedy. It's a source of comedy. Is like she's speaking Mexican, Spanish.
She's speaking that taco,
and Logan gets mad at her because she won't shut up.
And then she'll speak something in English. She'll say something in Spanish, then say it in English, and then go back to Spanish.
Spanish.
Spanish. and then she'll just talk in English for like
It's like
an hour.
there's no reason.
And then say it in Spanish
Yeah.
again. And there's no reason for it.
Mm.
I will say, whenever she first talked, it was fucking great, though.
Mhm.
It's like, he's like, you can talk, and then she's like, see. And then he's like, what the fuck?
No. Okay. First of all, what happens? It's like he says thank you, and then she goes, de nada.
And then he's like,
And he's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. Wait.
you can talk, and then she's
And
like,
no,
see. He's
no,
like,
and then she nods. She goes,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. You can talk.
and then she
again.
nods, and he's like, what the fuck?
No, yeah.
That's exactly what he
It's, like,
said.
great.
Like that. It's like, oh, well, there's one thing we have to talk about.
What?
All right, so the whole plot with this movie was he's pretty much trying to get Laura, which is X-23,
Mhm.
to Eden, which is like a little place that the kids set up that was based off of a place in the comic books.
Mhm.
The X-Men comic books exist in this universe because in this universe, the X-Men have only done like the 5 things we've seen them do in the movies.
Mhm.
But because of those things, it inspired comic book artists to make comics about the X-Men
Yeah.
and come up with the rest of the stories that we know.
Mhm.
And one of them was them going to this place called Eden that was like a mutant safe haven.
Mhm.
And the kids made one. All the kids that escaped from Weapon X.
Mhm.
And the whole thing was getting Laura there, which is X-23, was getting Laura there. And they get her there, and Logan's been slept for like 3 days there. And he wakes up one morning, and they've cut his facial hair to look like
Yeah.
he did in the 2000s X-Men
Mhm.
movie.
That was pretty cool.
And it was great, because the rest of the movie, he's got the like sideburns and everything that he had in the first one, which was when Hugh Jackman was first introduced. It was just,
Mhm.
they ended it the way it began.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Except for the fact that he dies.
He left the world the way he came in, which was with shitty sideburns.
Shitty facial hair. He died, and like, I don't think they should have done this really.
You know that? Well, I mean,
But
Hugh Jackman
okay,
didn't want
he
to do
gets
it anymore.
buried, and they like bury him in rocks and shit, right?
Yeah,
Kind of like a Vikings burial.
kind of like
Not a Viking
the
movie.
end of a
I don't
John
know.
Wayne movie.
Fuck you, so much, so hard.
You don't
Okay,
understand.
And then they
It
make,
was so much like one.
but they
Because
and
the
then
whole
they
thing,
make
the
shut
whole
up.
thing with the John
Hold-
Wayne movie, I'm
fuck
explaining
you.
this fucking John Wayne movie, was there were these delinquent kids that like screwed with his cattle or something. He
Mhm.
got them, took them on a cattle drive like across the country or something. He died at the end. The kids buried him, covered him with rocks, just like they did in just like they did in Logan, and put the cross at the end, the wooden cross, just like they did in Logan, and walked away. And it ended with you staring at his grave, and it just reminded me
That may have been like the homage about about the Western movie.
because wasn't that a John Wayne movie? I think it was
No,
John Wayne
no.
movie. It was a Western one.
It was It was a very famous Western.
She
movie.
quoted a famous Western. I don't know what it was because I don't know
I
Westerns.
yeah, but like in the middle of the movie when Xavier's still alive, he shows her a Western movie. He shows X-23 a Western movie.
And then that's like almost 100 years old.
Mm.
Also, this is based in 2029.
And then like there's one quote that it does, and like it sets a preface for like kind of the mindset of a killer.
Kind of the mindset of Logan
It
throughout the whole movie.
basically says whether you kill bad guys or good guys, it's all you're killing, and you can't escape that after you do
Yeah.
it. Then
Which is something that a lot of superhero movies don't
Mm.
touch on, really.
and then at the end of the movie, they tie it all back, and she says the quote as he is dead in the ground, and he has rocks all over him.
Yeah.
But then the kids like go, we have to leave now, in kind of a really dickish way, in my opinion.
Well, I mean,
But like the leader,
More
was,
of
like,
them could have
The leader
come.
literally like got saved by Laura.
yeah, but more of them could
Then-
have come.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, they leave. She like starts to leave, but she like stops by the cross.
And then turns it over so it's an X.
She picks it up, takes it out of the ground.
I thought she was going to flip it over at first.
and then sets it down, and the camera shoots to where it looks like an X from the shot.
Yeah.
It was fucking dumb.
I loved
was-
it.
No!
I think
There was no point!
I'm pretty sure the only reason you hated it was literally because I leaned in after it happened. It was like, it's an X for X-Men.
No,
and you're like,
that had
I know. I
nothing-
was like, you get it?
That had nothing to
It's
do with
for
it.
X-Men.
I hated it when she did it. It was like, no.
I
You're-
liked it.
You're defiling this man who legitimately believes in God.
Do you think so?
Yes. They talk about it in, like, the beginning of the movie.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
When?
He says, like, and we were the...
Oh, right,
we
right,
were
yeah,
the-
yeah, yeah. We were God's
because-
mistake.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And but when he takes it out,
Yeah.
when she takes it out, basically it defiles his beliefs and puts it as an X.
And to be honest, he didn't like the idea of the X-Men, really.
Yeah.
In the movie.
So I was like, what?
But I because you got to look at it a different perspective than that. She wasn't trying to defile, his.
Well, yeah, obviously she wasn't trying to, but still.
Think about how he became a role model to her. He was a role model for her before she met him, because of the X-Men comics. She always looked at him as an X-Men, and that's how she looked at him when he died. So her paying homage to that was putting the X there. I don't think it had any religious point of view whatsoever. It was just she saw him as an X-Men before she knew him, and that's how she saw him after he died.
I don't know. The whole X thing was just dumb. It wasn't even sentimental, in my opinion. It didn't want to make me cry or anything. It didn't.
Right.
It wasn't emotional.
It made me very happy.
He just pulls it out of the ground while like slightly crying, and then moves it over to look like an X.
Yeah. Do you think they kind of made it look like Xavier didn't believe in God? At the dinner table, after they had, so they had accidentally run these guys off the road, and they helped them get their horses back in the trailer. They took them to their house and let them eat, and they did a blessing, and after the blessing, everyone said amen.
Well,
except and then he kind
hesitated.
of he hesitated and then was like, it was like. And I think that's cool. Like, it's very little detail to put in there, but I think it's cool because someone like him that has so much vast knowledge of the universe and how everything works is someone that would not believe in.
Usually scientists like that do not believe
and I think
in God.
I don't know. It was just a very tiny detail, but I think it was a very good one for character building.
Yeah,
because he was the center point whenever he did that too, but it wasn't like important to the story. But it was just like, all right, this is how he is. Get your personal opinion on him now.
Also when Logan said, "We're God's mistake,"
he kind of did, he changed the subject after that.
Yeah, he immediately changed the subject.
There's one. All right, there is one character we have not mentioned.
Oh, what's his name?
Mr. Wheatley.
Mr. Wheatley.
Yeah,
what was it? What
Caliban.
Caliban.
The mutant who has the skin disease where he can't go in the sun, but his power is that he can detect other mutants. He was in this movie. He was helping him take care of Xavier because he helped hunt down the mutants and killed most of them off.
And basically regretted it, so
he helps Logan take care of Xavier. See now, Xavier. Yeah. Should we talk about
Chalupa loving
Quesalupa loving Xavier? Should we explain why they made him senile with the medicine?
Basically,
he was going through seizures, and with a power like him, whenever you freeze up and every part of your body's like putting as much pressure on itself as it can, with a power like his, that's not a good thing.
So basically what was happening, he was like stopping everything.
It freezes everything in place, except for people that are strong enough to move, with it's a very handful of people. Like Logan's the only one.
It was Logan and Laura.
Laura couldn't, all Laura could do was lift up her hand to hand him a needle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he pretty much froze it, and like they couldn't even breathe. So like if it happened long enough, he would have died. Also, whole hotel scene, I would have died. You know how long they had to hold their breath?
Oh yeah.
He was in the parking lot. He had to make his way to the elevator, go up like 14 floors, get to there, fight to even stab him. Because those people would have been dead.
What was Wheatley's name?
Caliban.
Caliban
made some comment about how he couldn't breathe. That never happened.
Like a much shorter time.
Yeah, way shorter time.
Said he felt like he was dying.
Yeah. He was like, I couldn't breathe.
And at that point, it was like, like 30 seconds, if your breathing just suddenly stops, you're not going to be able to, you're going to feel like you're dying at that point.
Yeah.
But it's like at least 6 minutes. All of those people must have been like Olympic swimmers or something like that.
Not counting him going up the elevator, which would have been really funny to see. Just 14 floors of...
Yeah, him like tensing up. That would have been amazing.
Yeah. One thing I also loved about this movie.
What?
I'm saying the gore, but I'm not saying because there was so much of it. I'm saying because I think it was really controlled. I don't think there was too much of it, personally.
A lot of it was to show power.
And it's not like with the Deadpool movie where it was everywhere because that's just how Deadpool is. It was very controlled. Even more controlled than I'd say the comics of Old Man Logan. Which literally he like one of the covers for that is like him ripping a cow in half and there's blood going everywhere.
Now the thing is like in in like the beginning scene, Logan cuts off some arms and crap. You know?
Right, but
that's after
that's
he gets enraged. You know, that's after he becomes a little bit more powerful.
And even when it happens, it's not like this whole like.
Yeah.
It's just like a little.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
not that sound effect, but.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Every time something like a limb comes up.
But yeah. Also, that my favorite character, my goddamn hat.
What?
The guys that were shutting off his water.
Oh, yeah.
My goddamn hat.
The thing I noticed was like, I said, "Get the fuck off me," because I was going through. I was still thinking about the fact that like, wow, they're just throwing fuck in there because they can.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh, also one thing about Laura literally made her amazing. There are very few mutants in the world that would, while within arm's reach of him, punch Wolverine in the face out of
I don't
frustration.
think she punched him in the face. I think she was punching him here.
It hit here.
No.
Yeah, and then he went like this whenever she did it.
Well, that could be because she's
No,
very strong.
no,
and also
you
punched
weren't
him in the
looking.
shoulder.
It hit him square
I
in
was
between the
looking.
eyes.
No,
it hit him
it
right
didn't.
here. But it was
It
very
didn't.
it was very fast. It was like
No.
yeah, it made a
didn't.
little pat. It was like a
No, look, it like think about it like
No,
from a side view.
No.
Right? Think about
it wasn't a side view.
It looked. Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
They were. Let
No,
me finish.
No,
Let me finish.
You're not doing it right.
Like, she came over and punched him like this.
No, that's not how it went.
And it looked like it hit her.
No, that's not how it went.
Mhm.
It went from here.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No,
It was in the face.
No.
And there aren't very many
No, it
mutants. We will look.
it wasn't in the face.
We will look back at that
Okay.
one day, and I will
Mhm.
be right.
No, it wasn't
Alright,
in the
well-
face.
There aren't very many mutants that would just punch Wolverine out of frustration,
Yeah.
and she is one of them.
Mhm. But she is also basically Wolverine.
Yeah, but I still think Wolverine could have beat the shit out of her.
No,
You don't think so?
because he was becoming weaker. Do you remember when?
What about
when-
Wolverine
okay,
pumped full of green juice?
But remember when? Probably would have.
Exactly.
But the thing is, like, he's also not a monster. He wouldn't fucking kill a kid. Not for punching him. So basically, I really liked because do you remember the scene where they had the backpack and like Logan was trying to get the backpack?
Oh yeah,
from her?
and he wasn't able
he
to pull
wasn't
away.
able to pull it away.
Yeah.
They were about the same strength.
Yeah.
So basically, it was showing she's young. She's not young enough to be at full strength. She's too young to be at full strength, and Logan's too old to be at full strength.
Yeah.
So
Also, there's another character in this movie that I think they should have either done more with him or found another character to use.
the guy with the robotic arm.
No, X-24.
No, I think that made sense.
No, I think it made sense. I just think they should have done more with him.
I don't think so.
I think so. I think they had a good opportunity to do more with that.
Well, X-24, let's preface this, was a clone of Logan.
Robotic clone.
No, I don't think he was a robot.
No, remember it showed you his perspective at one point, and it was like robot vision, like Terminator.
I don't remember that.
Well, he was a robot.
But
He was kind of a robot. It was like they kind of grew the flesh and stuff, but his muscles and everything that controlled him was robotic.
basically, the whole thing was the kids.
Semi-cyborg Logan.
The kids didn't want to kill people.
He was like
they were resistant because
he was like
basically because they had souls. And
He was like,
X-24 was the
half robot, so it didn't have a soul.
yeah, so it didn't have any
yeah, because he was like, you can't nurture rage. You
Mhm.
can't nurture rage into someone. You have to create it, which is what they
Mhm.
did.
yeah.
I just didn't like X-24.
I did.
I-
That was one of the things I liked.
I,
Because it was basically my whole thing was I was thinking about it from an acting standpoint,
yeah.
and a special effects standpoint. They had to film Hugh Jackman twice.
Or did they?
Yes, it showed in the credits. X-24, Logan.
How would you know? You didn't
I
want to
looked
stay
at-
for the
I
fucking
looked at
credit
the- I looked
scene
at that
didn't
credits.
exist.
I looked at that part.
Also,
And
there's
it
another
said,
thing.
and it just said
Right.
Hugh Jackman.
Because I was like, they probably used just
I
Hugh
would
Jackman
say-
again.
I
but
would say
thought
that's the reason they
maybe
used
they
him
worked
less.
some of their Star Wars magic into that.
I don't know. I think
I
they
don't think
used
this movie had near the budget to do that though.
No, I think they used. I think what they did was partly because doing that special effect is very hard, layering them onto each
Yeah.
other. You know?
But yeah. Also, there's no credit scene, which is like the first Marvel movie.
credit end scene.
Post.
There was a credit scene.
post credit scene.
Yeah.
Is the first Marvel movie in a very long time to ever do that. I
Mhm.
must say.
And I made Noah and my friend go out of the
Theater.
and not wait for a non-existent end
Right,
screen.
but it's a Marvel movie. You're
And-
supposed to assume.
But I didn't.
Right.
So I was in the right there.
Stop. You got lucky.
Mhm.
You literally decided in this one movie out of the last.
Oh, I've never watched a post-credit scene.
Right, but you just assumed this one
So I
didn't
don't
have
care
one.
about them.
But they're good. They're fun.
Eh,
I think they're fun.
eh.
What about them do you not like?
They're not important.
They are, though, if you want to know what movie's coming out before they talk about it.
I could care less.
Well, that's stupid of you. Did you watch the Deadpool one?
No,
Oh,
it was
wow.
just a Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I know.
ripoff.
That's what I loved about it. It wasn't a ripoff. It
Well,
was a reference.
homage, I
Yeah,
guess.
well, because
But
that
I
was
didn't care.
because that was the first like movie to like do the whole fourth wall breaking thing.
No, it wasn't.
No, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
It wasn't the first one, but
No,
it was,
it was
the
the
first
the first
mainstream.
known one.
Yeah, but yeah, that was kind of. I didn't. I could care less about post scene.
About post.
Post.
There was a
post-credits
there was a there
scenes.
was a before movie scene that was just a leaked, not leaked footage, but like footage of Deadpool 2.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It was great. It was
Mhm.
hilarious, and I haven't even seen Deadpool, but
It was pretty good.
yeah, some of that Ryan Reynolds ass. Oh
Nice. We aren't gonna spoil that though.
no,
We can't spoil that because that's unspoilable.
is it? It's already on YouTube.
That's basically what I'm saying. Is like, it's so funny and it's so accessible that. You
And
can
I
just
doubt
go
it has
watch
anything
it.
to do with the actual movie.
I doubt it does either. I don't think it has anything to do with.
It'd be
like,
funny if that scene was just in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
Though. But
Or maybe like the opener of the movie or something.
yeah, but not on my watch, you son of a bitch.
Okay, so it's
Um,
about that time.
Well, hold on. Overall thoughts of Logan.
Actually, let's do a rating,
All right.
like out of 10 or whatever.
I will give it a 8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'll give it like a 5 out of 10.
Really?
I was disappointed. There was so much hype going around it,
Yeah. Well, that
and it wasn't great. It wasn't.
I think everyone expects it to be like a gritty Deadpool movie,
Like
which
I
is
had,
not
I
what
had
it
a lot
was.
of fun with it. You
Oh,
know?
it was a good movie. I
But
think
I
it was
just-
a good movie.
But I was just disappointed.
I
There
enjoyed
wasn't
it.
Anything that added anything? Because I've never seen any of the Deadpool movies.
You've never seen any of the X-Men movies.
No, I've never seen any of them.
Exactly.
But like it gave you enough exposition to know what was happening.
Right.
But I still wasn't like.
I think it
okay.
was fun. I think Hugh Jackman did a good job with it.
Yeah, he
Xavier
was
was great.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know. I give it an 8.5 out of 10.
I don't know. I felt like it was kind of gimmicky.
I have to say I expected a lot more from it though.
Mhm.
I expected a lot more from it than I
All
got.
right. So our next topic.
As requested by me, decided
Yes.
upon by me, forced
So-
upon to Ethan.
So this is the music section.
Since this is the first one, we decided what's the one band that we both listen to that we both kind of like.
Mhm.
By kind of like, I mean my favorite band, and Ethan is just like, eh.
I'm like, I'll listen to them because they're fun to listen to.
Yeah.
I'll go watch them live anytime I can.
Yes.
Real Big Fish.
Oh, the really big fish.
If you're not one of our friends watching this, which I doubt.
They are a ska band.
They're a ska band.
Probably the most popular one, would you say?
I would say
Mo-
one of the most popular, other than
most-
like Mighty Mighty Bosstones.
I mean, most well known by the mainstream people.
Well, no, I would have to say that's No Doubt, because they're technically a ska band.
Right, but I mean one that's like straight up we're a ska band
Yeah, I'm gonna say Real Big Fish.
'Cause,
And
like,
are a
cut-
ska band.
because of the '90s
Mm-hmm.
and Sellout.
Yeah, Sellout's fun.
Yeah. All right, so Real Big Fish. How'd you find out about him? How'd I find out about him?
How did I find out about
Found
it?
out.
How did I find about? Fuck.
How did
How
you
did I
find
find
out
out
about
about
Real Big Fish?
Okay, so I think, it had to have been like in a movie or game or a show I was watching.
They only had one song that was ever on a soundtrack of a movie. It was the movie Basketball.
What song did they use?
Beer.
Beer. Really?
Yeah.
Well, it was probably like a game or something like that, or a show.
Considering that Goldfinger, another ska band, is most well known for their song Superman, which was on a Tony Hawk game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna assume that Sellout was probably on a Tony Hawk game.
Maybe. Oh God.
Because
My screen.
the Tony Hawk game that was like popular with Superman was it was the one that came out, I'd say early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Very early 2000s. Tony Hawk 3?
Something probably that was probably the most. That was the most.
So like whenever ska became
Highly rated.
mainstream because of Real Big Fish, and then kind of
Mhm.
died out, I'd say about 2000. What would you say?
3 or 4.
I was about to say 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, that's probably how you found out about it. Was Tony Hawk 3, which is a game I think we all
I
played.
never actually played Tony Hawk 3. You know what? It
I
might have been
I
like,
rented it from Blockbuster in like
it might have
2000
been like,
something.
It might have been like Tony Hawk like Underground 1 or 2.
Yeah, I rented Tony Hawk 3 for like
Probably 1.
from like a stupid to sound like a Blockbuster when I was like
Mhm.
6 or something.
Dude, I love Blockbuster. I don't know why it stopped.
But because Netflix.
Good point.
But yeah,
And GameFly.
fuck GameFly. I found out about Real Big Fish through a animated show that got canceled by Animated James called Sea Students.
Oh
where
yeah.
They
Yeah.
lightly mentioned Real Big Fish
And I think
Actually,
I think
another-
we both looked up Real Big Fish.
because of that. And
Yeah.
you started playing Sellout, and I said, turn it off.
'Cause
But-
I remember that song. I was like, oh.
Yeah, but the only reason, and you think it's because I didn't like it at first. The only reason I wanted you to turn it off was because I was really frustrated at what was the game you liked for a really long time?
What?
It was like
on?
Halo kinda.
Halo.
It's kind of like Halo, but better. Open world. On the Xbox 360.
What are you?
Space. Space.
I might not have the game.
It wasn't Overwatch.
Obviously not.
Not Ratchet and Clank. What was it? It was space based. And it was like open world planet running.
What?
You don't know what I'm talking about?
Spore maybe?
Not Spore.
That's the only thing I can think about.
Destiny. It was Destiny.
Why were you playing Destiny?
Because it was your favorite game at the time, and you wanted me to play it because I
Huh.
said I didn't like it and I hated it. I was frustrated at it, and I was like, "Turn that off! I'm trying to focus." And then, so that was my first introduction to them. I still didn't know what kind they were. I knew about them, I guess. Yeah, I knew them. Technically, that animated short mentioned 2 of them. Mentioned Real Big Fish, and then, what's his name? Fuck. So there was like August, and then Penny, and then Kevin. Kevin mentioned I prefer Five Iron Frenzy, which is another ska band. But yeah, I knew about them, and then I was drawing one day in my room, and I had on the Spotify radio that was like, it went by what music you listen to, and it would like show you something. It was I Know You Too Well to Like You Anymore from Candy Coated Fury, and then I was like, dude, who is this? And then I looked at it, it was Real Big Fish. I was like, and then actually, when I first time found out about them, I actually didn't like any of their music other than from Candy Coated Fury.
Huh.
But that's because I think Candy Coated Fury is the more polished.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It was the most well-produced album. They took their time in the studio instead
Yeah.
of just going, "Oh, we're a ska band."
Pissed Off Publishing.
Mm-hmm.
Piss Off Publishing, which is their own publishing company, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then as I listened to more, I learned to appreciate the other stuff. Like Sellout was the first one I really appreciated
Mhm.
because it's just a good song.
Yeah.
And then Beer is another one, and that was from their first album, Everything Sucks.
Which actually most people think is like their best song that they've done.
Yeah, it's like even Aaron Beret at one point, one of his and then Take on Me was another one. Their cover of it.
I think "Take on Me" was the song that I knew from them. 'Cause I remembered the video.
Them running.
I saw it on MTV.
Them walking down the hallway.
I saw it on
All right.
MTV.
Um,
I was watching it. I think I was watching You Rock the Deuce, which is like a show that would just like at like 3 a.m. or something like that would show like music videos.
Right. And it was them walking down the hallway.
Yeah, and I think I saw it on.
You
that.
know what I think my
And I
favorite.
found one of my favorite bands still to this day, The Joy Formidable, through that.
You know what I think my favorite thing about that video is the Real Big Fish Take on Me videos.
What?
They all have their instruments and they're pretending to play. The
Yeah.
drummer can't do that, so he doesn't even have his drumsticks. He's just walking around going, like just,
Yeah, just
doing
dancing.
stupid dancing.
Mhm.
But yeah, they're even Aaron Beret, like he's like Sellout was a popular song. That's what got us known. But if we didn't play Beer and Take on Me, people would be pissed off at us. And I was like, he's completely correct. Also, me and Ethan saw Real Big Fish live.
Warped Tour.
Warped Tour. Where was it?
Bonner Springs, Kansas.
Bonner Springs, Kansas.
Kansas.
Kansas. I have to say, probably the best concert. I won the first one of a band that I actually liked that I went to.
Mhm.
Never gonna forget it. They're great. They're a great live band.
No, the band that we were just walking around and we saw. Which
Waterworks.
you said not what Waterworks. Water Parks.
Water
I
Parks.
wanted to go see that.
Right. Yeah.
But the band that we just were walking around and found at the Full Sail stage
All right. What was their name?
with Confidence.
With Confidence. Have you searched them anymore?
Oh yeah,
Do you like
I
'em?
listened to them. Yeah.
You like them?
Mhm.
Cool. Because I liked them.
We just listened to them and they're an Aussie group, Australia.
But
And I really liked their music.
Yeah.
We it was like yeah. Huh.
But I'll never forget that Real Big Fish concert.
Mhm.
It was fun, and we got to hear them play all the songs we wanted to, except "Cheer Up."
Yeah.
My all-time favorite Real Big Fish song, "Cheer Up." I won't talk about why because it's really personal reasons.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, really personal reasons. But it's my favorite one of all time. As stupid as it sounds, I have a very big emotional connection with that song. As cheesy as that sounds, but I do.
Yeah. Mm.
It's from their album "Cheer Up," believe it or not. But yeah, we didn't get to hear them sing it, but we heard them sing
Take on Me.
"Take on Me," "Sell Out," "Beer," "Suburban Rhythm."
Yeah. A shortened version of it, but
Well,
still.
it was a different version of it. They have like several versions of the
Oh, do
way
they?
that yeah, they're like they had the one that we heard the first time, which I don't know what they call it,
Okay.
but and then there's the Masters version, which is where he's like, now we the Real Big Fish do not have to play that song in a reggae style, because we the Real Big Fish are masters, and then everyone else in the band will like play notes and then go masters, masters, like every time he says masters.
Okay then.
Yeah, it's called the Masters version,
Huh.
and they'll be like, we could also do it in death metal. But yeah, and then there was the version we saw, which was I don't know, I think it's the same song version or something.
Something like that.
Because like the way we saw it was like, it was like, now this next song, which is the same song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Although we heard them sing "In the Pit," which was great because that's one of
Yeah.
my favorites that people don't care about
No,
very
they didn't
much.
actually.
Yeah, they did.
No.
No, they played it whenever they did the fake mosh pit.
No,
thing.
they didn't.
They didn't.
No.
What
that
song
was-
did they do?
I believe they did Take on Me there.
No, I'm pretty sure they did "In the Pit."
No,
man.
they didn't. That we were disappointed. It's like
Oh,
why
yeah,
didn't
I
they
thought
just
they were
play
gonna.
Into Play?
I thought they were gonna do "In
Yeah.
the Pit." Well, they probably would have actually started a mosh pit if they had played that song. Now that I think
Probably.
about it. Actually, that's the song that the only song that I think they've ever censored.
Hmm.
The original song had the word "fag" in it.
Mm.
And then if you listen to the "Best of Us for the Rest of Us," it was really
Mhm.
the "Best of Us" album. They changed the word to "man."
Hmm.
Where did they use "fag"? It was like it was the line was "Watch out, fag" in the original
Okay.
version,
Mhm.
and then they changed it to "Watch out, man," which I mean personally I'm not a big fan of censoring, but I think that one's okay.
Mm. It didn't take
I think
away
they did it
from
for I think they did it for personal reasons
probably.
more than they did for because they
Mhm.
thought it offended people. Because it's
No,
Real Big
like-
Fish, they don't care about
No,
that.
like one of my favorite things about Green Day
Right?
is that in American Idiot
Yeah.
they used the word faggot.
Yeah.
But it's not in like a derogatory way.
Exactly, and it
They-
wasn't
what he
exactly
says-
used in a
what-
derogatory way in
yeah,
the pit.
It was but the
It
way
was
they
referring
say
to anyone.
The way they say it in American Idiot was just saying like, well maybe I'm the faggot America, like basically saying like you can call me a faggot or
Yeah.
or whatever else, but I'm
Yeah.
still going to hold these beliefs.
Right?
you know?
Yeah. But yeah,
That song was about
I mean,
George W. Bush
really.
Jr.
But clearly, they're not clearly Real Big Fish is the band that doesn't care about censoring because
Mhm.
in that same song, "Gonna push some little girls tonight" is a line in that. So clearly they don't care.
Well, also they have a song just called
Another
Fuck.
FU song.
another FU
Yeah.
song where they just say
Have you ever?
They
Have I
just keep
shown you
saying
the
fuck.
clean version of that?
no.
It's like, "Hey kids, it's time to use the F word," and they're like, "F," and they just say F instead.
Mhm.
It was like "F living, F dying, F." That was the song. It's really
Why?
funny because it was just funny.
Mhm.
It wasn't for censoring reasons. They just found it funny.
Yeah,
And
probably.
I agree with them. But yeah, Real Big Fish, and then they kind of I don't want to say they didn't have fun. Another thing about Real Big Fish is like, it doesn't all have to be the same guys for it to have the same effects.
Mhm. You just have to have Aaron
It has
Gray.
to have Amber because in essence he is Real Big Fish
Mhm.
because he's the only original member from what
Kind
I
of
know.
like Panic at the Disco at this point.
Is that the case?
What?
Is that the case with Panic at the Disco?
Yeah, the only remaining member
Is the lead
Brendan
singer?
Urie.
Is that the lead singer?
Mhm.
All right, because I didn't know
Everyone
that.
else left the band.
Right, and that's how Real Big Fish is. I don't even know if it's a yeah.
He just has a touring band now. Though I think Real Big Fish, at least the horn players, are creatively involved in the.
Oh yeah,
writing.
because Aaron Beret only writes the lyrics and the guitar part.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he said so. Like that means the bass person probably writes the bass part.
Mhm. Well, maybe when he said guitar part, he also meant bass.
Maybe. But like the horns do their own thing.
Mhm.
That's why a lot of people didn't like Candy Coated Fury. Because I think this is whenever finally, after years and years, the last person that was like in charge of the writing the horn section was
Yeah.
gone, so it was a different person. And I can notice a slight difference with the horns. It's not that big of a
There were
it's
less
just-
horns
it's
in
a
that album.
It's a slight difference.
I think there were less horns in that album.
It's not so much that they were less; they were just used differently, so it seemed like they were less.
Mhm.
Like I don't think it was a bad change at all. I love
No.
Candy Coated Fury; it's a great
Yeah.
album.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean I don't like the other ones either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
But like a lot of people
Turn
don't
off
like-
the radio.
Turn the radio off.
Yeah, turn the radio off. Is like.
That had Suburban Rhythm and Sellout.
What else did it have?
What else did it have?
Exactly.
I know the songs and I probably like them, but I can't think of them.
Like
In the Pit was Why Do They Rock So Hard? So
like the only like albums, the only two albums were their first one
yeah,
and Candy Go to Fury, which had
because no one
a whole bunch of good songs.
and you know what they didn't care about? No, you know what album no one cared about from Real Big Fish?
What?
Their live album.
Oh, Cheer Up was also a.
Cheer Up was a big one. Yeah.
Mhm.
They had a lot of good songs, like obviously Cheer Up.
Yeah.
And then Where Have You Been?
Mhm.
And like I know the songs, but the titles leave
Mhm.
me. It's like Cheer Up, Where Have You Been? Fuck.
I don't know. Candy Coated Fury had
Candy
just,
Coated Fury.
just had all the songs were good.
Oh yeah, and like no one cared about their live album, which was Our Live
Mhm.
Album is better than Your Live
Yeah.
Album. And and then there was the original Best of Us for the Rest of Us, which they didn't even like
Mhm.
because apparently the company they worked for just threw that together
Oh really?
or something like that. They weren't in creative control with that,
Mhm.
so they kind of redid it, and it was like the deluxe version, which
Oh.
has like. It's kind of a weird best of album because it's like almost every song they've made. Oh, Turn the Radio Off, I believe, had their cover of Hungry Like the Wolf.
I never really liked that song, that cover.
I think it's one of my favorite ones. But they had more fun with it than Duran
Yeah.
Duran did,
Mhm.
which is why I like it. I don't know which album they did had the Stray Cat Strut one,
I don't know.
because I like that song.
I haven't heard that
Stray Cat That Strut. Like, I even listened to the original version by the Stray Cats.
one. Mhm.
I like it either way. I just like the song.
I don't know. Take on Me. I like.
Who doesn't like Take On Me?
I like either way.
Yeah,
But
but I
still
prefer
like
the Real Big
I
Fish
still
one.
like the NSP version of Take on Me better than the actual version.
We're not talking about MSP in this video.
But come on.
That's a whole other one by
you gotta
itself.
say Take on Me.
All right, who does
by
it?
NSP is
Take
better
on
than
Me
the
done.
original.
Take on Me done by anyone. I think is gonna be great.
It's gonna be better than the original.
Yeah.
God, that.
Sorry,
Like,
Aha.
but it's like a '70s song. There wasn't like for its time. It was very good
Yeah.
production.
And that's why it was like one of the number
Mhm.
one songs in the world at
but
one point.
now it's like you can add so much more depth
Yeah,
to a song.
honestly,
you
I think
know?
it really works for a ska song. I think
Mhm.
the horn sections make that just really add to that. Horns are just great for Take on Me.
Mhm.
Yeah. So another album that people don't know about that I kind of like is Fame, Fortune, and Fornication. Yeah, a couple. There was one I really didn't like. I don't like very much called Talk Dirty. It wasn't called Talk Dirty to me. That's not what it was called. Something like that. Something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know their cover of Brown Eyed Girl?
No.
You don't?
Nope.
That's a song I like.
Hmm.
That was on Fame, Fortune, and Fornication.
You know, I only like a few covers of them.
Yeah.
By them.
Oh, Valerie was another one from Cheer Up. Song Valerie.
I have to listen to that one too.
Yeah.
But what is your favorite song from Candy Coated Fury?
Candy Coated Fury. I'd say I'd be stuck between Everyone Else Is an Asshole and I Know You Too Well to Like You Anymore. But who doesn't like I Know You Too Well to Like You Anymore? That's just a
I
fun
don't know.
song.
My two favorite ones are Hiding in My Headphones. I would say Hiding in My Headphones is my favorite.
Yeah.
But it's what comes in as a close second is Your Girlfriend Sucks.
Oh, that's another good one.
Right,
Right, yeah. And that had a good message, I think.
Mhm.
It's a relatable one, I think, in
Mhm.
a professional opinion. Ethan.
Jalen.
Ethan.
No, I said Dale Lano.
I know, but I'm talking about your situation right now.
What do you mean?
I'm kidding.
You're like friends.
I know.
with this
I'm
girl.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry, but,
she is you.
I'm sorry. Yeah, pretty much. That's what
But
I'm
a
saying.
hot female version of you. Because you're
Are
neither
you saying
hot
I'm
or
not a
male.
hot? Are you saying I'm not a hot female? You
Yes.
just assume my gender.
You're
Anyway.
an ugly male.
Oh.
Can we mention like their names? Should
No,
we?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
So I shouldn't
Until we have
mention-
permission from them.
I shouldn't.
I don't think
mention-
anyone heard it.
So I shouldn't mention Gilligan.
Gilligan.
Am I allowed to say at least Gilligan?
Sure, fine, that
Okay.
works. Yeah. The thing about Candy Code Fear that I liked was it wasn't afraid to try something new.
Mm-hmm.
For example, with the song "Hiding in My Headphones" and "Don't Stop Skanking,"
Yeah.
two two songs that Real Big Fish has never really made a version of before.
Mhm.
They've never done a song like that. They weren't afraid to,
Yeah.
and that's what I like about it.
Like Don't Stop Skanking, which skanking is like a popular ska dance move. Which also looks really dumb.
It does, but I love doing it as long as there's someone else there.
So basically what happened, like, they just made a song where you could just easily dance to.
Yeah,
That was the whole
skank too.
That was the whole reason of that song.
It was great.
There are the only lyrics are in it.
Don't stop skanking.
Yeah,
And then some weird thing about some kid named Rudy.
yeah, something like that.
That's not in the that's not in the music video either. So I don't know why it's on the CD.
I don't know.
And then at the end it sounded like some soundbite from a movie,
Hmm.
and I didn't get it.
Well, and then you have Hiding in My Headphones, which is
Just
one
a
of their very
fun song.
Which actually on Candy Coated Fear they had a lot of not Aaron Beret on there.
Yeah.
Because
It
they
was
had
other
they
singers.
had Matt singing. I believe it's Matt Appleton, right?
I
That
think
sings.
so. I should have brought the
Mhm.
CD if I knew we were gonna do
I think
this.
it is. It's either Johnny or Matt
Yeah.
who sings, and I really like whoever it is who sings because
Yeah.
Aaron can't necessarily hit the really high notes anymore.
Yeah, that's why he did. That's why they have to do "Take on Me"
Mhm.
a little differently because he can't
Yeah.
hit that
really high note.
in a day or two. That
In
too.
a day.
Yeah, he can't really hold that anymore because he's getting older. You
mhm.
know.
But I hope I didn't like spike the
Oh, whatever. It's fine.
But what was it?
What do you mean?
Um.
You know the song "The Promise"? That was a cover.
Oh, was it
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. While you were asleep in the car, me and your mom talked about it.
Huh.
I don't remember who it was by.
You know, before I slammed the door with my hand.
Yeah. Hold on. Can you search that?
Yeah, I will.
Hold on.
Yeah, because you're closer, actually. They're proms.
Here, just talk about them while.
Okay, so. Real Big Fish. Oh, When in Rome?
Yeah,
okay,
right
mhm.
there. When in Rome. It was a When in Rome
Mhm.
song.
I have no clue who they are.
The reason that Aaron Beret does a lot of covers though is he's kind of like me. He's just a fan of songs.
Mhm.
When someone asked him why he did ska, he said, "It's the only music I'm good at."
Mm-hmm.
Which personally I don't think is true after this whole Suburban Rhythm
Yeah.
fiasco.
Mhm.
But yeah, damn right we should be on that monster stage.
I love that.
We had a very close encounter with the saxophone player.
Very
Very-
close.
it was a-
not. He didn't just. It's not like Noah just went, "Hey."
We said hey, but it was from like 3 feet away.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that. It was probably we were like smelling him.
It was really dumb.
I think there was something wrong with their bathroom on like their, well,
No, but basically what they. I think there was something wrong with their tour bus bathroom.
yeah. So they
So he had to go like
awkwardly
to the
go to
porta
the like
potties,
to the
yeah. Mm-hmm.
to the peasant bathrooms.
That was great.
And then we just happened to walk by him, and we were like, "Hey!" And he just like, and then walked
Yeah,
out.
like, yeah, like
He seemed really nervous.
mhm.
Like it's like he wasn't supposed to be there, and he wanted to make sure that no one important saw him or something.
Mhm.
Like someone that ran the thing.
Yeah. What? Oh, what was that other kid? The other like YouTuber that we passed by.
I don't remember. I had to ask you
There
his
was
name
this-
like 3 times.
There was this name. No, I wasn't. Not Jared Alonji. That's not who I was talking about. There was this kid named Kyle Davis.
Was that it?
Yeah, who was someone of My Digital Escape.
What? I don't know what that is.
It's an emo collab channel, basically.
Cool.
Um.
That explains the line, the people in the line that we saw.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, it was a YouTuber. He was there, right?
We thought we'll go see
This
him.
girl, no,
Saw
no,
the line,
No, that was Jared Alonji.
decided no.
That was Jared Alonji.
All right. Still saw
But
the line.
There was
said
this.
no.
mhm. But there was this kid named Kyle, whatever, I can't remember his last name now. But he had a longer line, I believe. But we saw him. It
Yeah.
was like the second person we had seen up close that was semi-famous. At least.
Yeah.
And these girls, I remember these girls, he's like, can we get an autograph? He's like, no, you guys have to get in line like everyone else. Like, but he seemed like really condescending about it.
Maybe he
too.
was. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people let that go to their head. We're
But-
not talking about music
Mhm.
anymore.
Kind of.
Shut.
Emo is a genre of music.
Just so is
Not
queer,
a
so is
lifestyle.
queer punk, but no one takes that seriously.
I love Power Bottom so much. Well, they released a new song and they're
I don't care.
coming out with an album. In
So did the
May.
Oakley Dokley, but I still don't care.
Fucking Oakley Dokley is amazing.
No, it's
okay?
not.
Yes, it
it's
is.
Just, what kind of
It's-
what,
it's
what
a-
genre are they?
Metalcore.
A metalcore band that dressed like Ned Flanders.
Mm-hmm. I think they have like a name for their like something like Flanders Core or something like that. You know.
I think it's just Oakley Dokley.
No, like they have like a
But
genre
yeah,
name for like I believe.
No, we have about 10 minutes left.
Kind of like Nintendo Core.
How about we add 20 more minutes to this? Because I feel
No.
like we could keep going.
No.
10 more minutes?
I cannot spend that much time talking about real big.
No, I'm
fish.
saying let's start talking about a band you like now.
Okay. So go like a minute or an hour and 40 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
All right. So band
Because
that
we're
I
out of
like.
Riddler Fish. That's why we're going
Mhm.
off topic.
What is a good band that I like?
What
that
about the
I'm
Wuzzer?
into? What?
The Wuzzer? Weezer?
Weezer? Do you mean?
Wuzzer?
Do you mean Weezer?
Do my goddamn hat.
Do you mean like Weezer or
Carl
Waves?
Weezer?
You mean Waves?
No, I mean Weezer, you idiot.
Why Weezer though?
I don't know. This is
I'm not
just the
into
only
Weezer right
band I
now.
know that you know that you know.
What? Anyway, well, I did recently just listen to the.
Can
full
they
album.
please release a song called "Are You Going to Finish That Croissant"?
Shut up. Okay, what else? What band am I into right now?
Wolves.
Wavis.
Waves.
I don't know much about Waves, so.
Panic at the Panic.
Panic at the Disco. Yeah, I'm listening to them
Freak
right
out
now.
at the party.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Freak out at the. What was that one thing that's like you've heard about Panic at the Disco, but not here's bingo at the
Casino.
bingo at the casino.
Yeah. So Panic at the Disco. I really like it right now.
Emos.
But right now I'm listening to
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Death of the Bachelor and that album and Vices and Virtues. I really like both those albums right now because
Alright.
I'm into that jangly pop shit right now, you know?
I'm gonna stick with ska. My mustard plug.
Fuck you. Fuck you and your mustard plug.
Honestly, I think you would like Streetlight Manifesto.
Eh.
You've never.
I just don't
listened-
like listening to ska much.
I'm just saying. I think you'd like Streetlight Manifesto.
Maybe.
Maybe mustard plug.
What else? So Panic at the Disco, right?
Mustard
They
plug.
started out as a 4-piece band.
Mhm.
Their first 2 albums were written by one guy
Right.
named Ryan Ross.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Ross.
Ryan Ross.
Ryan Ross.
Ryan Ross. Ross Ryan. Ryan Ross. Ryan of the Ross. Reynolds of the Road.
And actually, my favorite album was written by him, but
What was the album?
pretty odd. Pretty, period, odd, period.
Right, but what was it called?
Fucking hate it.
I get what it is, but what was it called?
Fucking hate you.
Sorry.
It was basically like a folk Panic at the Disco album. It was really weird, and I liked it a lot.
I hope that chair squeaking picked up on the audio thing because it really sounded like a fart. That was when we weren't. There's another one, and we weren't talking when it happened either. All right, well,
let me see if I can recreate it.
no, it was on my chair. All right, whatever. Let's not do this. Whatever.
No, hold on.
How about we talk about your band for a second?
Panic at the Disco?
No, like your band.
My band? Oh,
Yes,
fuck.
it's your band called
The Freaks and the Gizzards. Freaks and Gizzards.
Pretty Hot.
I don't even know, actually.
Pretty Hot.
I don't know the name of my own band.
Yeah, because like I swear, whenever your dad told me about the,
I think he did.
he
I
said
think
don't use the thes.
Hmm. Well, except for the Freaks and Gizzards, I think. Or maybe it was just. Maybe
I
it
think
is
he just
Freaks
said.
and
Don't, I don't think he said. I'm pretty sure he
I don't
said
know.
don't use the thes.
Either way, it
Whatever.
doesn't really matter.
It doesn't.
So.
He's in a
I'm
ska
in a
band.
No. We don't play any ska songs.
Please.
No. It's not happening. Anyways. I'm in a band.
You said you can't see. I
And-
just had
okay.
this huge look of disappointment on my face.
I'm in a band. I play the guitar
And you
And
also
I do
play
lead-
the vocals.
I play the vocals.
You play the vocals.
I do lead vox.
Lead vocaloids.
Yep. Fuck. I love Vocaloids. They're so great.
Are they?
No.
Fuck me. All right. So yeah, what kind of music do you play?
We play. I would say mostly punk.
Should I stay or should I go? Does that count as punk?
Yeah, I would say so.
It's
Like,
early punk.
It's more like pop punk type.
Yeah, I was
stuff.
about to
We
say,
play a lot of.
I think it was very early.
We play
punk,
a lot
right?
of Green Day. I would say punk and rock.
Also, for all the
Kinda
people freaking out because he plays "Should I Stay or Should I Go," and then you're thinking of Stranger Things. That's why he chose to play it.
Well, that was like I really liked the song before.
We got
then,
reminded
even-
of it because of that.
I got reminded. I was like, hey, we should play that.
Well, I'm the one who said you should play it. And
No,
then you were
let's
like,
just,
and then
let's
you
just
asked your
leave it
dad.
at 30 minutes.
All right, fine. And then you told your dad,
Mm.
and
He
then
said,
he
yeah.
was like, "Yeah,
We shouldn't have played it at the geek though.
no, you need more practice."
Mm-hmm. We fucked that shit up.
However, we found out I was reincarnated. Apparently,
Oh yeah, yeah, that was great.
I'm not gonna explain that picture.
I will. At the bar we were playing at,
Yes,
he looked over at a
Right.
picture.
that was literally above. I didn't see it. So,
Mm-hmm.
lady that you date pointed it out to me, and it was literally
Sabrina Williams.
Sab-
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Sabrina the Brew. Sabrina the Broom pointed to it. It was literally above the table we were sitting at. It was of some
Mhm.
band that they felt.
I don't think it was a band. I think it was just people.
Are you sure? Because
I
the
think
rest
it-
of the ones were bands.
I don't know.
Either
way.
I don't know if it was a popular one, but it was one they felt important
Either
enough to take a
way,
picture
yeah.
of.
Mhm.
It was in black and white, so who knows? It might have been earlier.
It
But,
looked like, I guess, like an older
It
version.
looked like
of,
a late
of you.
30s me
yeah.
with the grown
Maybe a little,
facial.
maybe a little, yeah, with like grown out facial.
Grown
hair,
out facial
and
hair.
maybe like a little more slender face.
No. I'll pull up the picture.
Hold on, yeah.
Maybe I could send it to you, and you could somehow email it to yourself and put it in the video for a
Maybe,
second.
maybe.
Yeah. Well, they don't know what I look like, but whatever. You send a picture of me too,
Okay.
and then yeah.
Or this whole thing will be lost on that.
Yes, which is probably what's going to happen. Here, see, no, just look at that.
No, that is your face. More grown up mustache.
Yes, more
That's
grown
what
up
it is.
mustache,
Mhm.
and it was just funny.
Yeah.
Because like Sabrina the Broom was the one who noticed it.
God damn it. You just said her name.
Sabrina the Broom.
I think she'll be
Hold
fine
on,
with it.
hold on. Sabrina the Broom. Take that audio, put it
Okay, I
over where I
will,
said
yeah.
Sabrina the Broom. Sabrina the Broom. Put that over where I said Sabrina the Broom. Because I think you can figure out how to do that in Audacity.
I can figure out how to just do that
Yes.
in Lightworks. So.
No, do it in Audacity. It'll be way easier. Trust me.
I don't think it will be. I don't know how
Or
Audacity
just
works. so.
cut out where I said Sabrina the Broom. I did that on purpose. Just cut it out. So like it'll just skip
God damn
over
it.
the name.
You're putting way too much work in for this.
Sabrina the Broom. Yeah. All right. So Sabrina the Broom pointed out to me. I just found it funny.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, was that your show?
Well, I think that's it. I think that's good.
Yep. We have bought everything on the first shopping
Kill
list.
yourself.
And yeah. Don't just click stop.
I'm just gonna click stop.
Don't fine.
Click
All right,
that.
our timer hit stop.
So that was about an hour, 31 minutes to 30 seconds.
Even though it's still going.
Yeah.
We have to do an outro, Ethan.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do, Ethan. It's not gonna be what it used to be on your gaming videos because that was stupid.
Jewish babies make me tingle. Is that?
No, that's not gonna be it.
I don't know. Hey, everybody! Thanks for stopping by the fruit stand.
Come back next time when we restock the shelves.
See you next time.
Watermelon.